Hello and welcome back. So we are going to continue on with the theory paper, looking today at section 3. So we are actually going to do something slightly different, which you might have noticed by the video title, which is we're going to start off with question 3b instead of 3a. And the reason for that is because both of these questions are very similar, that's why they're in the same section. But I think this question, question B is a bit more straightforward than question A, so you might as well learn the skills for question 3b, and then it's just one extra skill you need to be able to do in question 3a. So we're going to start off here, and for this question you'll be given some blanks. Blanks, Dave. It could be treble or bass clef, maybe even one of the weird ones, and you'll be asked out to write out a scale. So here we can see what we're being asked to write out. There's 3 here. There'll probably only be 2 in the paper, but we need to make sure we actually read what we're being asked for. There's kind of 3 things that we're looking for in most of these, sometimes 4. We're in F, so we know the starting note's going to be F major. So we got our majors and we got our minors, and there's other scales out there, but we know we're going to be doing our F major. And then how do we want it? Ascending, because sometimes if you look here we have descending, and so we just have to be careful for that, and we'll come on to the minor types when we get to it. But for now, what should we do when we get to this paper? I believe on the section under question 4 there's normally a lot of blank space, so I think that would be a good point to write this down. But if not, we're going to write out the circle of fifths. I've talked about this in the previous videos. I'm not sure if I've talked about it when we've been going in depth on all of these videos, because it's been a while since I did my last one. But just in case, let's go over it. So the acronym is fat cats go down and eat bacon, go down and eat bacon. So I'm going to write that out. I'm going to attempt to write it out. There we go. What might have started a bit big. Yeah. Running out of space now. G flat at the bottom. Also F sharp. Go down and eat. No. Cats go down and eat bacon. Go down and eat. Yeah, no, I am right. Of course, because need to draw a quick line. You make sure you need to write it out neatly so you can tell what's at the top and bottom, and then we just need to add in a quick flat underneath here. There we go. So fat cats go down and eat bacon. Go down and eat bacon. This is going to be our major. This is going to be our minor. I'll put a little M there. But we'll look at what each question is asking for and work it out from there. But if you haven't already done so, again, memorize the circle of fifths. It will make life easier for you. So this is our flat side, and this is our sharp side. Of course, as in clockwise is sharp and anti-clockwise is flat. So F major, let's work out. So we're going to be in F major. If we start off on C, we go C, F. So that's going to be 1 flat. So we're going to have 1 flat. And just to show you the power of the circle of fifths, it also shows us the order that we add in sharps. If you think of G major, the sharp in that is F sharp. If you think of D major, the next one round, we have F sharp and C sharp. Then we have F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, then D sharp, then A, and it shows us the order that we add in sharps in our key signature. Also, if we go around the other way, the first flat key is going to have a B flat in. The second flat we arrive at is E flat, then A flat, then D flat. So the first flat is going to be B flat. Now we have to actually write out the accidentals. We can't just write a B flat here. We have to write it as we go along. So let's write out our F major ascending scale. So we're going to start on the note F, obviously. So write that out. Oh, and one more thing, make sure you check the clef that you're in, because sometimes it can be different. So definitely make sure you're starting on F. So F, then we've got G. And I guess before you even worry about the key signatures, yes, make sure it's nice and neat though as well. I might actually, if I was in an exam, I'd rub that one out, but I'm not going to worry too much here. So I'm just going to go straight up the scale, and then I'm going to go check the sharps and flats. Oh, yeah, see that went under the line slightly. I'll neaten that up, but that will do for now. And then I'm going to add on the flats. So F major is one flat, and that flat is going to be B flat. So I'm going to put a flat symbol in front of that B. So we go F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E, F. Some people you don't have to put this F at the top. You could leave it as E, as those are the 7 notes of the scale. However, I always find it a good practice to put the final note in to check that you've actually kind of reached the top. So you don't have to, but I would always recommend that. Let's have a look at this one, C major descending. So you look at this and you go, C major, and you might just kind of go, C major, bam, right out the scale going up. But that's not what it's asking for. It's asking for the descending. One thing that is really important is take time. You've got a whole hour to do this exam paper. Is take your time and read what the question's asking for. So C major descending. So I'm going to start at the top. I'm going to go down. And C major is at the top, and because it's major, there's no sharps and no flats. Nice and easy one. The only thing that is this question would catch you out for is going the wrong way. So going from bottom to top rather than top to bottom. So C. We're just going to walk down the scale. For the note heads, you could do it as kind of full dots, or you could do it as kind of semi-breathes. I'll just recommend doing it stemless. You could do it with stems, but you're wasting time, so why bother? And then the last one on the ledger line. We go. What you can also do is, if you want, is you can label these underneath. You don't have to, but for when you've got, because if you have time at the end of the exam, you're going to want to come back and check all your answers. So you've got time to make it a bit neat. Of course, you don't have to do this. However, if you've got that extra time, go back and check that and then you can go F and G and make sure that what you've written and what you think it should be matches up with what you've put. So there we go, C major descending. Ooh, B harmonic ascending. Sorry, B harmonic minor ascending. So there's 4 things to look out for. We've got the B. That tells us what note we're starting on. And it's going to be ascending. We can actually write out a scale based on just that. So we know we're going to start on the note B. Oh, actually, there's 5 things to look out for, aren't there? So we also need to look out for this thing. We need to know what clef we're in. So in this case, we're in our F clef, or our F clef, meaning that this is G, this is F, this is. So we need to work out where our B is, and our B is, of course, here. So minor. So let's work out using our circle of fifths. So if we rotate our heads, so this is at the top. What you can also do is you could write underneath the other kind of circle of fifths, starting with the A minor here, and then you have E minor here. This is how, if you find it in a textbook, you'll have the circle of fifths with their relative minors as well. His will be D. Here will be G, C minor, this would be F sharp minor, or G flat minor. Well, it wouldn't be G flat, but there we go. So, but I use this one as a shorthand, just using this kind of as the top. So if we start off at A, and we want to go around to B. So 1, 2. That's twice round clockwise, so that is going to be 2 sharps. Also, if you look at the other method of doing it, where you have the relative minor in the inside, you can also just keep C at the top. So using this, we go from A, we go E, B, that's twice round, so 2 sharps. So what are those 2 sharps? Well, we can use our circle of fifths. We know that kind of from here, F, C, G, D, A is our order of sharps, and B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat is our order of flats. So we could use this as well to write out, just to make sure we've got F sharp and C sharp, because fat cats. The other acronym is Father Charles goes down and ends battle, and battle ends and down goes Charles's father, for going the other way. But I prefer the fat cats. It's just one that stuck with me, but whichever method works for you. So there's one other bit that we need to look at, which is harmonic. I'll actually leave this to last, but I'm just going to write underneath here, or above here rather, sharp 7. So let's write out our B minor scale, ascending. So we'll just write up the scale going straight up, note by note first. D, E, F, G, A, and then just to finish off, we'll go, make sure that's definitely kind of on the line. There we go. So there's our B minor scale, but it hasn't got our C sharp or F sharp in. So here's the C sharp. Remember, we're in bass clef. And here's our F sharp. Now, we have to check what type of minor. There are 3 types of minors. I'll write this out. So there's natural, which is, well, that's normal. There's harmonic. Harmonic is to fix the problem that in the minor scale, all the chords that can be derived from it, the 5 is normally minor and we want that to be major. So we raise the 7th degree or the 3rd of the 5th chord. And I explain that in lecture, but just for this exam, all we need to know really is that the harmonic minor has a raised 7th. So what does that mean? Once we've written out our minor scale, that's the natural minor. So we need to raise that 7th, which in this case would be A. So we're going to make that A sharp. Now, if this said natural, then we wouldn't put that in. And if it said melodic, which is the other type of minor scale that we look at, it means sharp 7 and sharp 6. So in that case, we would take this G sharp, which is the 6th note of the scale, and make a sharp symbol in front of that, giving us a B melodic minor ascending scale. But we want a B harmonic minor ascending, and that's what we got. Let's go back and check our answers, because that's always good practice. We've got plenty of time in this exam. We go F major ascending, that's going to have 1 flat, and it's going to be B flat. So we go F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E, F. We've got that B flat in there. That looks good to me. C major descending. We're in treble clef, so we want to start on C and go down. There's going to be no sharps and no flats. So we go C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. Got that ledger line, that's fine. Great. Then we've got B harmonic minor ascending with a bass clef. So we're going to start on the note B, which is here because it's in the bass clef. We're going to have that sharp 7. It looks like we got that. It's minor, so we're going to have, if we go here, we go 1, 2, twice round clockwise. That is going to be F sharp and C sharp. We've got a C sharp here and an F sharp there, and it's ascending, so it's going to go upwards. We go B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G, F, A sharp, G, B. So I'm getting my clefs mixed up while reading that. But that is fine because that is in bass clef, and that is the question. Now, the reason I've started on this one rather than question 3B, instead of question 3A, is because this is the fundamental skill of knowing the scales. The only difficulty with this one is you have to write out the entire scale, but it's worth plenty of marks. The other question, you will need the same skill. You'll need to be able to work out the scale, but you only need to work out one note. So we'll come to that in the next video, and I think being able to write out the scale is a better starting point. So let's move on to the next one, and I'll see you in the next video.